Hey, I wanted to show you a quick little video on the decade system. So when you get logged in, we're just going to go ahead and find the golf course that you played. Go ahead and add that and select the tees. So you're going to see that it's the starting hole at 1, playing 18. And then here's where you start to input your data. So the mental score is going to be what you felt like if you were mentally prepared to hit each shot. So if you did, you get a point. If you don't, if you weren't, you don't. So it's very simple. You got to have, 4 is the best score you can get on a par 4. Then after that, you're going to go ahead and input the putt that you hit and the putt you made. So I forgot to add that I missed that one and made a little 1-footer after. On the next hole, hit it close again, missed the putt again, made another tap in. So you'll do this throughout the entire round, and you'll also select what club you hit off the tee. If it's something other than driver, that's what it's defaulted to, and you'll just kind of whip through. It takes about 15 minutes to put an entire round in between this data entry and then the GPS entry, which we'll get into next. But the most important thing is making sure you're trying to pay attention to the distances you have in and the putts you have left, which you can track on your pin sheet, or at the end of this video, I'll show you a pin sheet that you can print out for your just everyday round. Once you're done inputting all of your stats, you can go ahead and hit the save button. If something is wrong, such as you have an error in your mental scorecard is better than the number of shots that you actually hit on that hole, I'll just make you quickly change that. So very simple. And then once you're done entering that, it will take you to the GPS mode. So here you see we've got the first hole at Austin Country Club. It's easiest if you go and set the hole location first. So I'll do that here, drag that to there, and you can then drag your putt based on where you hit it on the green in relation to that hole. Then we'll do the hole view. And as you see the hole view, you'll just move that little white ball or that white disc to where you were. You can see in the upper left-hand corner what the distances you had to the hole. And you go back to the green if you want. You can click on each shot and it'll tell you basically how far that next shot is. So very simple way to track everything in your distances on each hole. Go to hit save or go to next. And next take us to the par 3. Again, go to the green view, set the hole about where it was, and then the ball where your putt was from. Here, kind of show you what happens if you hit a bad shot. So I hit it in the water here, and I've got to take a drop. So I'm taking a drop, and then the drop was kind of in a funky area. And so now I'm laying it up short of the green, and we'll go into a green view here. So we have the green view here. Again, we'll just adjust the hole location. If that pitch shot needs to be moved a little bit, you can just make the screen a little bit larger by hitting the minus sign in the lower right there. Now we're going to just jump ahead to number 18. And so we've finished our round. We've selected all of our shots here on the last hole. We're going to click save. You probably hit save after you do every hole, or you can just hit next and then save after every few holes. Either way works. But now it's going to come up with this finalize the round, and you can make sure any recovery shots or penalty strokes are taken into account. And then I'll show you your final score and your final stats for that particular round. So it'll then go ahead and you can scroll through everything that you've got, see your strokes gained categories, go through a history of a shot by shot on each hole, which is a pretty neat feature, or just kind of reminds you of what you did. Very easy for someone to come back and read how the round went. And again, look at all these stats that are tabulated from this one round. So a very, very cool feature. Lastly, we've got these videos here, and these videos you can look at any time, but he'll also automatically send you some based on your stats. Once you have enough rounds put in, the stats will then be able to match up against other Division 1, 2, and 3 golfers as well as professionals or top amateurs, and see kind of where your game is needing some improvement in order to get to that level. So really some great information on this site. I can't recommend it enough. I do think between all the stat data and the videos that Scott has, it's going to help your game and help you become a better golfer. Lastly, he's got this pin sheet that you can download and make copies of and keep in your back pocket to track how things are going in your round. So real simple to track all the information that you need to make a good entry into your stat portal.